Hello world, this is Wolfstar Games, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. Last time, Guijene gave us a gift, and I feel like this gift that she gave us could really turn the tide over to our favor. So hopefully with this gift that she gave us, that we can actually defeat Kimijimako and Misane. And before we get into things here, I'd actually like to ask you guys, what do you think about me doing a Q&A video? It was just recently brought up to me about doing one, so I thought I'd put the question to you guys of if you'd like to see me do a Q&A video. I mean, I'd be completely down for it. And the questions could be about anything. And I'd like you guys to give me the questions instead of, me coming up with the questions myself. So, I feel like this would be a good way to have kind of like a back and forth with you guys. So howl off down below. It's like that's how I want to put it. Howl off, since Wolfstar Games. If you'd like to see me do a Q&A video, and in the process, ask me some questions. I'd be more than happy to actually do a Q&A video, honestly. It's like that way you could learn a little bit more about me and, what my interests are. And with that, we will get back into the game here. Last we left off, we switched back over to Misane. It feels like we're really switching perspectives a lot here, going between Kaito and Misane. And I like that. I like that this game has done that we're getting more than one person's perspective. So having it go from Kaito back to Misane and then back again to Kaito, I really like that. Within the narrative of the story right now, it keeps things more interesting. It keeps it from getting like a little stale, coming from just, one person's perspective. And that's what I've really liked throughout the whole game. The command center inside the Central Command Tower has overseen countless rocket launches. It's the heart of the TNSC. This is where the main staff gathers to analyze conditions and ultimately make the go-no-go decision for launch. I sit on one of the chairs and stare blankly at the small toy. Think. It's like I was wondering if that's what she was referring to, the little Think toy that Akio made for everyone in her family. It's like I didn't realize that she made them for each person in her family. No, not Akio. Misane made them. It's like I was remembering that wrong. I took it from Dad's office. Why did she take it? Considering I'm the one who made it, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if I took it without asking. But why? It's already been 30 hours since we occupied the TNSC. The BHB should be loaded and ready to go. Losing the priests hurts, but the 5 staff members I brought for the launch are here. No problem. It's like a little bit of give and take here. It's like Misane has taken 5 staff members, while Nai has taken out at least 4 of the priests. We invaded with a low head count so we could prevent info about targeting this island from leaking until the end. The more people involved, the higher the risk of info getting out. Right, yeah. That is true. Kimijima Co. hated leaks. And of course, with any leaks, you know, with it being a video game or a movie, it's like, just... why do people do that? All they're doing is spoiling people about a certain part of the video game or movie. And you all know how I feel about spoilers. It's like, none whatsoever. He even kept the info secret from the Committee of 300, his masters, and the Tavistock Institute until the very end. The Committee of 300 is Kimijima's masters. It's like, I just had the feeling that the Committee of 300, like, got to him. And, you know, just... I mean, either he was against them at first, but, like, over time, the committee got to him, you know, got into his head. You know, much like how he gets into Misane's and Aidi's head. It's like the Committee of 300, like, got into his head, and they became his masters as a result. At least that's how I like to look at it. I mean, it just seemed like too obvious to me that the Committee of 300 would have a hold over Kimijima. And not to mention the Tavistock Institute. It's working out so far.
YOIRA, こちらウィザード1。作業完了した。
I fight off my listlessness and stand up. The preparations are all complete. Today, the project will be completed.
こちらはイバン、了解した。リミットはあと半日か。秋、海、間に合って。
Please make it in time. Make it in time for the deadline, so that they can stop the deadline. It's like, I certainly hope they make it in time to stop the deadline as well, if that is what she's referring to. And put an end to me. It's like, I really don't want to put an end to her, as she's putting it. You know, kill her. I really don't want that to happen. But if it really comes down to that, that's just gonna be so heartbreaking.
そういうわけにはいかないよ。
It's like, I'd beg to differ, Kimijima. Someone's presence emerges behind me.
君には彼らイレギュラーを排除してもらわないと。
We're not irregulars.
全力でね。
If anything, we're regulators.
それが君の最後の仕事だ。それが終わったら解放してあげるよ。
Really? She's really free to go if she kills the people she loves. That would destroy her.
この9年、よく働いてくれたね。
その時には50億人が死んでいるわ。
結構なことじゃないか。
No. He's getting inside of me, and not in the good way. His presence is eating up my body. He's sullying my body and spirit. My fingers and arms stop moving. His will is consuming my consciousness. It's like as an AR, an AI. It's fascinating that he's able to do this. It feels as if dark, sticky coal tar is being fed into my bloodstream. That would be a weird sensation. Tar being fed into your bloodstream? Like parasites are eating away at the flesh beneath my skin. Like a heated steel pipe is being jammed into the center of my brain. Ow. Ugh. It's like just the image of that is just like, oh man, that's quite the image in my head. Like a giant snake is wrapping around and strangling me. It's disappearing. I mean, she's just as much of a victim here as anyone else has been to Kimijima. And it's heartbreaking. Whatever was left of Senomiya Mizaki. She's being infected and erased. I mean, I guess you could, like, kind of explain away that with Kimijima being an AI or AR, however you want to put it, that he is, like, kind of overwriting her, like, memory in a way. I mean, that's how I want to describe the people he has possessed. You know, Misane and, you know, Airi. It's almost as if he is rewriting their memory. But yet, they are, like, conscious enough to recognize that they are being controlled. This curse is constraining me. Aki, Kai. I exit outside. The wind is still and strong and moist. But the clouds in the sky are moving along through their gaps. I get a peek at the night sky beyond. Wait, is this... This isn't back to Kaito, is it? Or is it still from Misane's perspective?
各員聞こえているか
No, it is still from Misane's perspective. For a second there, I wasn't sure because it was basically a scene change, but no, it's like we still are from her perspective.
第1回 GO ノー GO 判断天候判断は GO VAB 開放射程への移動を開始して
The largest door in the world is slowly opening. Whoa. And from its darkness appears a pitch black rocket. Is it pitch black? With all the lights, it's kind of hard to tell. The Devil's Spear, that's an interesting term to use. The Devil's Spear made with the distinct purpose of turning Earth into a blazing hell. And soon this object of destruction will be launched from the most beautiful launch site on the planet. Oh boy. First, Tweepo, what do we got? Just saw a real ID-ton and healed up. Functioning as intended. Sleepiness has blown away. Want to pull some dirty pranks, but kept it to myself. Haven't done that laugh in a really long time. Also, hold it in, Frau. Don't go pulling some dirty pranks on Heidi. You just need to rest, Kai. Your time will come later. Stay in the best condition you can. Don't let everybody's hard work go to waste. Counting on you. Well, thank you, Akiho. Right, I know. Yeah, I'll leave it to you. That robot better be perfect, Aki-chan. I think right I know is, the best answer here. The mist is clearing. The sky is still dark. I can just barely make out the bloody red aurora.
報告します。
Nai-san comes running into the hangar. She then calls out to everyone still working there.
ロケットが VAB から射程への移動を開始しました。
Oh boy.
予想打ち上げ時間 X-8 から9時間です。
8 to 9 hours. Okay. You still have a pretty significant time left, but still, it's like I hope they can get. Still, I hope they can get everything done that they need to. Nai-san's report causes everyone to tense up. Understandably. This info must have come from a JAXA employee hiding near the TNSC. So we have some people staking things out, making sure that when everything will go down, so we can be ready. They're monitoring the launch site. All of the JAXA employees, except for Chief Senomiya, evacuated here safely. But a few brave souls volunteered to go back out there for surveillance. Which was a smart idea, really.
あと1時間で作業は終わらせるから。
Just one more hour, really. If that is the case, then that's great.
アキホちゃん、このネジ足りないんだけど、予備はどこにあったっけ？
フルゴーリ、プログラムの方は
今やってるし、最悪歩かせながらアップデートしてく。
おい、レーザー銃座を車に積み込むから男子生徒20人くらい集まれ。
It takes that many people? There are some folks sleeping in the corner of the hangar, unable to make it through the night. I mean, they're people. People need rest. The older women are feeding all of us hot pork miso soup that they made by borrowing the local joint's kitchen. Nice. Also, pork miso soup. That sounds good. I want to try that. There are also multiple cranes gathered here. Tons of cars are parked in front of the hangar with their headlights onto supply lighting for the hangar. It's ridiculously early in the morning. and yet the once deserted airport is filled with people. I know this is kind of an awkward time to say this, but it sort of feels like a festival. Dawn is coming. The final showdown is approaching. The final showdown and the final countdown.
ロボ部全員集まった？
No, is without his crutches. It's like, is he alright standing up without his crutches? And apparently he decided to leave me a Tripo message as well. If we had another half day, it could have been better. Probably, yeah. Oh! DG297! Can I go ahead and open this? I can! Awesome! And the full name is there too. That is cool. I like that. Okay. Again. I swear I've read these before. Oh, come on. There we go. It's like, I thought I would just have to go, like, from right to left. But no. In order to get Frau, I had to press down. Akiho is all pumped up after glancing at each of the club members gathered in the classroom. Heck, even I feel more focused after changing into my uniform like everyone else did.
本当はロボ部専用の戦闘用制服とかパイロットスーツとかあればよかったんだけどね。
It's like Akio would wish that the Robot Club have that. Battle uniforms and a pilot suit. While that would be awesome, our school uniforms will have to do.
いりませんよ、そんなの。
日高くんはその足だから着られないもんね。
Yeah, probably.
そうじゃなくて、パイロットスーツなんてピチピチじゃないですか。
Does skin-tight suits make you nervous, Subaru?
もしかしてスバルくんさ、女子部員のピチピチパイロットスーツ姿を妄想したわけ？
I mean, I honestly was kind of imagining that myself, but, you know, the fact that Kaito just asked that to Subaru, now Subaru's gonna get all flustered.
いや、違います。
Admit it, Subaru. You were, weren't you?
むしろ男子部員の股間に注目だろう、デュー。
And of course, that's where Frau's mind went. Skin tight suits for the boys.
一番の変態はコナちゃんだったか。
Yeah. Juna, you okay? You want to chime in here? Meanwhile, our pure-hearted Juna has turned bright red. Aw. She's embarrassed. Rightfully so. That's probably the correct reaction. Given Juna's personality, yeah.
はーい、静かに。
Yes, ma'am.
ガンツク1の改良は無事に完了しました。みんな本当にご苦労様。手伝ってくれたみんなにも後でお礼言うつもりだけど、まずは部員のみんなに。
And since we're the robot club, yeah. She bows her head to us. She doesn't have to be so formal, does she? Both Subaru and Juna look somewhat proud. As for Frau, well, she's fidgeting about as usual. Why is Frau fidgeting?
限られた時間でできるだけのことはやったと思う。あとはどう戦うか、どう勝つのか。というわけで TNSC 攻略戦の作戦会議を始めるね。
Alright, let's do that then.
ナイさん、地図お願いします。
Begin with the map. This time we have an extra map. Is that a map of the area of TNSC? Everyone really is here for this one. She spreads open a large paper map. Two of them, in fact. I see that. One of them... One is of the entire island of Tanegashima. The other is of the Tanegashima Space Center campus. Okay, so it is. Nai-san, Michi, and Doc are also present at the meeting.
今回の戦いは地球全体、人類全体の命がかかった戦いだってことは知ってると思う。うちらだけで何とかしなくちゃならない。負けたら50億人が死んじゃって、しかも地球は死の星になって悪い奴らに支配されちゃう。絶対に負けられない戦いなの。でも大丈夫。正義はうちらにある。だから絶対に勝てる。ジャキーン。
It's like, what's wrong, guys?
みんなもやってよ。
It's like Akio sounds so dejected. It's like, come on, guys, can't you be all psyched up like Akio?
話を先に進めましょう。
To defeat the Huns.
はい。
Akio's shoulders drop in disappointment for a moment before she recollects herself. Recollects herself, not recollect.
じゃあ宇宙センターの最新情報についてはナエさんから。
BHB を搭載した敵のロケット、仮にコードネームを黒いの1号としますが、
Black one, okay. Okay. I'm just kind of taking this map in.
黒いの1号は現在種子島宇宙センター大崎社上吉信第一射程にて燃料補給中です。打ち上げ予定の X 時刻はだいたいお昼の12時から13時くらいだと予想されます。
Noon and 1. Okay.
テロリストの残り人数は分かっているだけで5人。
Nai-san captured the four that raided the old airport. Yeah. She tried to extract info from them, but they didn't budge. Not surprising.
ほぼ全員銃器で武装していると考えていいと思います。
I bet if Nai's father was here, he would be able to extract the information out of them.
コナちゃんのホテルを襲撃してきた人たちはハンドガンしか持ってなかったんですけど、もしかすると突撃銃や狙撃銃を持っている人もいるかもしれません。テロリストのメンバーは1人を除き全員がロケット打ち上げのノウハウを持つメンバーみたいでして。
Wait, all of the terrorists except for one are familiar with how to launch a rocket? Who's the one that doesn't... Who's the one that's not familiar with how to launch a rocket?
私たちの襲撃に備えているというより、打ち上げ準備にかかりきりになってますね。
Would the one who doesn't know, would that be Misane? I figured that she'd know though.
他にドローンを持ってる可能性もありますけど、多分あったとしてももう使えないはず。だからテロリストで厄介なのは一人だけです。
Misane.
大型ハグで武装した瀬宮美咲だけですね。
Yeah. Nisan nods sharply.
うちのお姉ちゃんが登場してるスメラギはちょうど第一射点の目の前 VAB との間に配置されてる。
Okay, also showing Sumeragi here too.
敵の親玉君島公はうちらの存在に気づいてるわけだから、当然襲撃を警戒してるはず。
Kimijima has known of their existence for a super long time though, right?
それ以外に今宇宙センターには誰もいない。
That's the current status of the TNSC in a nutshell, eh?
以上を踏まえてのこっちの作戦だけど、まとめてくれたスバル、説明よろしく。
その前にヤシオ先輩、エグゾスケルトン社の偉い人からアンチ君島抗ウイルスについて連絡は？
いや、まだ間に合わないかもしれない。
And it's like we haven't actually heard from Sawada. I hope he gets in contact with them soon.
そうですか。
Subaru doesn't back down, however. Judging by his response, it would appear that he wasn't expecting it to be ready from the start.
では、アンチ君島抗ウイルスについてはないものとして考えます。まずこちらの勝利条件を設定しました。勝利条件はもちろん黒いの1号打ち上げを阻止することです。その勝利条件をもとに戦力を3つに分けます。 A 部隊は頑張れる試作1号機回を運用する
スーパーガンツクワン
Super Gun Build 1. So, in other words, Super Gunvarel?
はい。
Hi? Hi?
呼び方スーパーガンツクワンだから。
It's like, come on, Subaru. Go with it.
スバル
ナンセンスだ。
It's like, come on.
でもここで言い争ってる暇はないので。
True.
A 部隊はスーパーガンツク1を運用する中種ロボ部。 B 部隊は天王寺さんをリーダーにした潜入部隊。 C 部隊は5詰めとしてもしも作戦が失敗した場合に一か八かの突入を仕掛けるトラック部隊です。
Trucking unit is gonna charge into the TNSC. And who's gonna be a part of that unit, exactly? I'm guessing one of them will be Doc?
C 部隊は作戦中は後ろに控えててもらうの。基本的には出番はないと考えて、戦力としても当てにしちゃダメだからね。C 部隊が動くときはもう他に手段がなくなってどうしようもないときだけ。物量作戦で宇宙センターの西側と北側から突入する、言ってみれば特攻。味方が犠牲になるのを前提にしてるから。
Of course, the leader is Doc. Of course. It is kind of a suicide mission, but it's necessary.
C 部隊を動かさないで済むように、うちらが頑張らないとね。
C 部隊の指揮はドクに取ってもらいます。
おう、任せろ。
というわけで作戦は主に A 部隊と B 部隊で実行しますが、大崎社上に突入する中種ロボ部の A 部隊は
A faint unit. Leader, Chutane Robo. Okay, so I did notice, like, after the fact that before when we were doing the strategy meeting, that when they showed the map, for the school it said Chuo and not Central. I'm surprised that that went untouched by the localization team. I thought they would also, like, touch up, you know, any graphical translations as well. But apparently not.
陽動部隊となります。
Okay, so Unit A is a decoy. Alright.
陽動？
その名の通り、おとりです。
おとりとしての役割だけでいいってこと？
It's probably a good idea as any.
でもミサ姉を倒さなくちゃロケット打ち上げは阻止できないよ。
カイ、最後まで聞いて。
I shut my trap. Akio and Subaru must have a plan. I mean, they're basically the two leaders of the robot club. I mean, Akio may be the president, but Subaru kind of acts like the vice president of the robot club, even though that he may not want to be. That's how I want to see him as in the robot club. I personally don't care if I'm bait or not, as long as I get to face down Misane.
勝利条件をさっき最初に提示したはずです。目的はあくまでロケット打ち上げの阻止であって、スメラギと瀬宮美咲に勝つことじゃない。
Not to defeat Misane? As well as Sumeragi? Okay, so what exactly is the plan here then? It's like, how are we going to defeat her if we don't defeat her?
なので B 部隊がこの作戦のメインとなるんです。
Naisan nods firmly. Judging by her response, she's already agreed to this plan.
B 部隊のメンバーは4人。途中大崎社長を監視している2人と合流してもらって、6人で総合司令塔へ潜入してください。
Okay. And Naya's leading Unit B. And they've got it all planned out. They really thought about every possibility, it seems.
もしかすると武装したテロリストと遭遇する可能性もあります。それと君島コートも。
Kimijima Ko included? He's more armed with his manipulation techniques, getting into people's heads.
大丈夫。心強いメンバーばかりですから。
I'm sure they are, Nai.
乾さんと近藤さんは警察官だし、羽生さんは消防団です。この人たちと一緒なら100人力ですよ。
I really want Nai's dad to show up at the end here, being one of the people who will infiltrate the TNSC, because he's tough too, especially with how he's built.
私だって精一杯頑張りますからね。
You definitely are no slouch, yes, Nai.
武器は拘束したテロリストからハンドガンを全部で4丁。乾さんと近藤さんは警官の正式拳銃を持ってます。あとはとあるルートから手に入れたサブマシンガンが2丁と手榴弾が10個。
2 submachine guns and 10 grenades? That's a lot of firepower. Wow. What exactly is this source again? What an oddball.
うまく指令センターまでたどり着いたらロケット打ち上げのシステムをダウンさせてください。それで僕らの勝ちです。
わかりました。
Nai-san is almost too perfect to lead the infiltration unit. Only almost? She has great combat skills, knows the TNSC facility inside and out, and she's armed. It's seeing that she is part of JAXA, that's, she's a good person to have on our side. Knowing the TNSC facility inside and out, that's valuable knowledge. And since there aren't very many terrorists on the opposing side, she won't be outnumbered. However,
人質が危ないかもしれないけど大丈夫。
That's a good question. Right, the chief of the TNSC, Uncle Senomiya, has been taken hostage. If they find out about our plan, we could very well be murdered.
それを議論してる時間はないから。
We don't, Akiho?
アキちゃんはそれでいいわけ？
Yeah, it's like that's what I was just wondering. Akio shakes her head side to side rigorously.
いいことなんてないよ。でもうちらは特殊部隊でも軍隊でもない。完璧な作戦なんて立てられない。
I mean, they are only just a bunch of high school students, an elderly guy, and a young woman. So they can only come up with a plan to the best of their ability and see it through as best they can.
だから切り捨てなくちゃいけないところも出てくるの。あとは無事なのを祈るだけ。
Akio is obviously doing her best not to let her personal feelings leak out and get all emotional. I mean, she's very close to her father. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, given how, she was raised, with her love of robots, or with her love of robots coming from her father. It's like her trying to, pull those feelings back. I'm sure is hard for her to do. She's biting down tightly on her lip, and her hands are clenched into tight fists. She's trying desperately not to think about the possibility that her father may be murdered by her own sister. Which is why I opt not to pry any further. Which is a smart move.
説明を続けます。B 部隊の動きから目をそらすため、スーパーガンツク1には派手に暴れてもらう必要があります。スーパーガンツク1はこの旧空港から宇宙センターまで徒歩で進撃してください。
Which shouldn't take long.
宇宙センターの近くまでトラックで運ぶんじゃダメなの？
Would that take even longer?
スーパーガンツク1は自力で立たせることができませんからね。トラックで運搬する場合、途中で襲撃されたらなすすべがないんです。
Subaru raises a good point.
だったら最初から歩かせていくという考えです。間抜け感は出ますが、ロケットの打ち上げ時間がある程度予想できているので焦る必要はありません。鳴らし運転の意味も込めています。フルゴーリがまだプログラムのアップデートを全て終えていませんし。
堂々と進撃していった方が敵としてもスーパーガンツク1に気を取られるでしょ。それだけナイさんたちが潜入しやすくなるはず。
Right, yeah. To give them a big enough distraction. That way, Nye's unit and Doc's unit can, get in there and do what they need to do. Unnoticed.
スメラギは現在、大崎社長にいますが、場合によっては迎撃のために出張ってくるかもしれません。そうなれば、僕らとしては狙い通りです。
I get it. It'll leave the TNSC defenseless. Yeah.
ちなみに俺さ、引き分け狙いとかじゃなくてミサ姉に勝つつもりなんだけど、問題ないよね。
I swear Kaito is developing a bit of an ego here.
言うじゃねえか、付き添い。
I mean, he certainly seems to think so. Doc had been patiently listening up until now. He has a big grin on his face. Big grin, more like a big toothy smile.
そういうの嫌いじゃねえぜ。
Thanks, Doc.
そりゃどうも。
もちろん、スメラギに勝っても何ら問題なしです。
カイなら勝てるよ。正義はうちらにあるし。
僕も勝てると思います。
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence, guys.
へえ。
Kaito, what's wrong? I didn't expect Subaru to agree. Oh. I mean, it just goes to show that Subaru has faith in Kaito for once. I think this is the first time that he's shown faith in Kaito. I think. I may be forgetting another time where he did have a vote of confidence towards Kaito. I figured he'd tell me to stop while I'm ahead or something. Of course, Subaru doesn't end there.
ただし、 相手がスメラギであると限定した場合ですが。
何が言いたい？
神凪に勝てる見込みは限りなく低い。僕はそう考えています。
Really? Really? I mean, give me some kind of figure here, Subaru. It's like, how low is exponentially low?
だからこそスーパーガンツクワンは陽動役に割り当てたわけです。
He's right that there's a huge gap between our basic capabilities. I don't like it, but I'm glad that Subaru is able to maintain his cool through all of this. I mean, it's really shown me that Subaru is actually a really good, like, team leader. I mean, Akio has primarily been team leader, but as the game has gone on, Subaru has really, stepped up and become really Akio's like kind of right-hand man with the construction of Gun Build 2 and with these meetings. He really is like the vice president of the Robot Club.
じゃあ対神凪については俺のパイロットとしての実力が問われるわけだ。
Really? I mean, I guess since we're gonna be piloting Gun Build 1, it's like that there are gonna be limits regardless, so I guess that is true. That in and of itself gets me hyped up, so it's all good. I guess that's all that matters then. I mean, if Kaito is fine with that, I'm fine with that. It does piss me off though.
改良した1号機について聞いていいかな。具体的にどこが変わったのか。
Subaru nods.
足のモーターをモノポールモーターに換装したことで歩行スピードは試作1号機と比べ段違いです。試作2号機ほどではないですが。
Right, yeah. And that's good that he's become a lot faster with the monopole motors. He really needed that a long time ago.
一番大きな変更点は両腕を外したことですね。
They've completely removed his arms, okay?
結局外したんだ。
ただの飾りでしたから。
偉い人にはそれが。
それ昨日も言ってましたね。
It's like, let her have her moment, Subaru.
腕を外してパイルバンカーを取り付けたんだっけ？
Right, it equipped him with something more useful.
はい、毒の特別製です。
まずは一つだけだ。左腕に装着しておいた。
Okay, just one, not two, like we had discussed before.
二つ目は調整中だ。まだ完成してね。
Okay. The second one is still being worked on. So if that one's still being worked on, will we not be able to use it in time? It's like, that's what I'm wondering. It's like, hopefully they can get it done and get that one installed on Gun Build 1 before the deadline.
そっちについてもあと2時間くらいありゃ完成する。そしたら後からトラックで追いかける。
Alright. So they're almost done.
道中で装着ということになると思います。
Oh! They're gonna equip it on the way there. They can do that?
できるの？
Thank you, Kaito. It's like me and Kaito on the same wavelength here.
アタッチメントは事前に取り付けておいた。そこにくっつけるだけで済むようにはしてある。
Alright then.
もちろんクレーン車での作業とプロの作業員が必要だがな。
今は左右のバランスを取るためにカウンターウェイトとして土のうをぶら下げてます。
全くかっこよくないけどね。
It doesn't matter what he looks like, Akio. What matters is that he's functionable. It's huge progress that Akio is able to recognize that.
一応角度調整のために肩にはサーボモーターを入れましたが、調整可能なのは3段階だけです。
Only the 3 settings. What are those settings?
下を向いた状態がデフォルト。射出後に巻き戻す時もこのポジションにします。次が斜め45度。一応対カミナギを想定していますが、使う機会はないでしょう。
Alright. We'll see about that.
最後に90度。これは対スメラギ用です。
パイルバンカーの使用回数制限はあるの？
That's a good question.
電力によるだろうな。かなりの電気食いだ。
I bet it does. I mean, you know, during Robo 1, you know, with Subaru's M45, you know, M45 had pile bunkers. It's like, how much energy did it take on M45 to use the pile bunkers? And now with Model 1, you'd have to exert way more energy with it being a much larger robot.
リアルタイムでレーザー光送電による給電が行われてるなら特に問題はねえけどよ。
Right.
バッテリーのみで稼働してるときは気をつけな。
レーザー光送電銃は長深田先生の軽トラに乗せてスーパーガンツク1の後ろをついていきます。
Oh boy, a mobile laser gun. And it being in Michi's truck. Alright. I only assume that Michi is not going to be the one actually aiming the laser gun, and that will be someone else.
ですが戦闘中は激しい動きが予想されるので常に給電できるとは思わないでください。
Right, yeah.
それとパイルバンカで攻撃を仕掛けるつもりならこれだけは覚えとけ。攻撃をぶち当てたら相手だけじゃなくこっちもその衝撃でひしゃげたり曲がったりするのは間違いねえ。そうなったら使い物にはならなくなる。
Deformations. Okay, and I take it that's a... I take it these deformations could cost us. I mean, he says that if it does happen, that it's useless, so... hopefully it doesn't come down to using it.
場合によっちゃ一回使っただけでそうなっちまう可能性だってある。 そいつを忘れんな。
なるほど。
パイルバンカは攻撃力重視に調整しています。ただスメラギの装甲を破壊できるほどの威力はありません。むしろ硬いところに当たればドクの言う通りこっちだけひしゃげて使い物にならなくなるでしょうね。スメラギの資料を見ましたが、6本ある足のうち1本を破壊してもその動きを止めることはできそうにありません。
We would have to take out all 6 legs in order to stop him.
そのための6本足だろうからね。
Yeah.
そして足があるために胴体部分には簡単に近接攻撃を仕掛けられない。ただし一つだけ例外があります。雲で例えると目玉がある位置。
Of course.
ここに FOS があります。
フィンガーオペレートシステムだっけ？
そうです。言ってみれば6本足を動かすための心臓部です。
そこを潰せばスメラギは無力化できる。
できますか？かなり細かく狙いを定める必要がありますが。
So I certainly hope that Kaito can manage that.
やるしかないでしょ。
I'm not in a position where I can choose what I can or can't do. I just gotta do it.
問題はスメラギには遠隔攻撃があること。
Yeah, his missiles.
ミサイルをどう防ぐかだよね。
Yeah, it's like, how are they gonna deal with those?
それについてはフルゴーリから。
Oh? Frau, what do you got?
アイリタンからもらった情報が役に立ったを。
With the gift she got from Gijene?
昨日沢田キュンから送られてきた DG297 以下略を使う。
No, with the DG297 app. Alright. Everyone has already installed it on their phone droids. I noticed.
以上ですが何か。
That's all, folks.
ちょっとフラウボン、何の説明にもなってないよ。
つまりミサイルの目をくらませるっつうか。
Blind the missiles. Interesting, okay.
そのためにあらかじめ用意したタグを大崎車上のあちこちにペタペタ貼れば OK。
Huh. How many geotags is that gonna take?
それだけでいいの？
DG297 is an app that was created to function like IRUO. You can see IRUO geotags as well as place them. Oh. Huh. IRUO can't do that? IRUO can't place geotags? Huh. Well, we definitely have an upgraded advantage here, then. We have Frau explain to us the effect that placing geotags has on the missiles. This method gives us the ability to engage in hand-to-hand combat without worrying about them. Nice! Okay. It's very Gunvarel-like that we don't have any projectile weapons, but this helps us close the gap in functionality. This way I can bust the FOS with the pile bunker and disable Sumaragi.
いけるかもね。
It sure sounds like we have a chance, which is good. It's like, we gotta take this thing down. Gotta take it downtown.
それなら伴走するサンダーエンペラーにミサイルをぶち当てられることもなくなるな。
Thunder Emperor, right, his truck.
それでもスメラギに近づくのはかなり至難の業でしょうが、しかも格闘戦に持ち込んでも向こうには前足のブレードがある。
Yeah, we don't want to get anywhere near those blades. We all saw what happened with Gun Build 2 as a result of that. Those are what destroyed Model 2. Yep.
ま、その辺は俺の腕でなんとかするよ。
そんな簡単なノリで大丈夫なんですか？
It's kind of funny that, you know, they had built a whole new robot from scratch, only to have it completely destroyed by another robot. And the only way they can take Sumeragi down is to use a much older robot. It's like, if it's not one robot, it's gonna be the other.
もしブレードをボディに食らえば、
It's done. We're done for.
ヤシオ先輩は死にますよ。
Well, let's not put it that way. And that makes Akiho sad. Sad Akiho. I haven't said that in a really long time. A tense moment of silence.
そんなヘマをするほど俺は下手くそじゃない。
We all know that, Kaito, but still.
それに俺だって一応策は用意したんでね。
Oh, you do?
策？
俺にはスローモーっていう特殊能力がある。こいつはまあ知ってる人は知ってると思うけど、傍目には発作に見えるあれね。
Okay, so is he actually going to be able to tap into his slow-mo by actually focusing to use it and not actually getting into an attack? I just wonder, huh?
それが起きると反応速度が10倍ぐらいになるんだ。そいつを任意に起こせるようになったこの装置でね。
Oh, I think I know what he's gonna whip out here. I point at the electromagnetic wave irradiation device sitting by my feet. I thought that was gonna be it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it took several jolts of electricity for him to get into slow-mo mode during Frau's route. Okay, well, hopefully this will get him into it a lot quicker than several jolts of electricity. The circuit board I got from the old local hall yesterday has already been inserted. I tested it out on myself earlier, and it worked like a charm. Oh, and we weren't witness to that. Okay.
だから今の俺の反応速度はチート並みってこと。
It's pretty OP. I mean, he just sounds like he's patting himself on the back.
カイ。
まあそんなわけでスーパーガンツク1の機体性能の悪さは俺の腕で多少はフォローできるはず。
It's like using his ability that he was given from the MF Anemone incident for good use. That could be a real leg up into defeating Sumeragi. Like Subaru said at the start, it should be enough to take down Sumeragi. The problem is Kaminagi. If it gets deployed to buy time, then we're screwed. As far as raw capabilities are concerned, we lose 0 to 1. 0 to 10, excuse me. We have no chance. That's why I didn't object to Nison's Unit B being the primary strike force. Okay.
雷を引っ張り出せたとしても、カイ、無理はしないでね。
Of course, Agio is concerned for Kaito's well-being with him deliberately choosing to give himself his slow-mo attack.
向こうが時間稼ぎに出るなら、こっちも時間稼ぎをすればいい。
そうです。ロケット打ち上げ阻止は私に任せてください。
Alright, we will, Mai.
了解。
That said, I'm not looking for a draw here. This is the fight to determine who's the best in the world. Isn't that right, Misune?
作戦については以上。じゃあ A 部隊の人員配置を発表するね。
What?
スーパーガンツク1パイロットはカイ。
当然だよ。今回ばかりは譲るつもりもないし。
It's like he's up to the task this time.
その後にミッチーがサンダーエンペラーを運転して続いて。
お。
With the laser in the back.
電源車はサンダーエンペラーで牽引する形になってる。ジコ、荒い運転はすんなよ。
So you listen to Doc, Michi. It's like don't drive like a madman like you did before.
分かってるって。いつも言ってるがな。俺は法定速度は守る主義なんだ。俺、豆な。それと、お前らの活躍は世界中に映像としてしっかり中継してやる。任せとけ。
He'll be live streaming all of this. All right. It's like showing everyone what is happening and how this is all going to turn out. Wow, it's like Michi has kind of turned into our documentarian, you could say. Michi likes to record everything on video. I've never actually seen any footage he's taken though.
サンダーエンペラーの荷台にレーザー送電用の銃座を置くから、それの操作はジュン、よろしく。
Okay, Juna's going to be operating the laser.
振り落とされないように気をつけて。
Yeah, let's not have that happen. It's like, hopefully there's, like, harnesses to keep her in place. That just made her a little nervous now. Aww.
フラウボーも サンダーエンペラーの助手席に座ってもらって、スーパーガンツク1のシステム更新を頼むね。
なんだと。
It's like, excuse me, なんだと
プログラムに集中してもらわなくちゃいけないでしょ。それにフラウボン、原付免許も持ってないじゃん。
Yeah, I mean, she has to be able to do this on the go, so yeah.
じゃ、座席がゲロまみれになっても知らんぞ。
Oh dear. That's right. I kind of forgot. She kind of gets motion sickness.
だから先生の運転はそんなにひどくねえって。
Yes it is.
はは、こやつめ。
僕とドクは2つ目のパイルバンカの調整のためにここに残ります。
うん、後で合流して。なお、A 部隊の指揮はうち、瀬宮明穂が務めます。
Come on, guys.
反応ないけど、やっぱりダメかな。
Aw. It's like, come on, guys. Have some vote of confidence here for Akiho.
何言ってんの？誰も異論はないってことだよ。
I was taking it a completely different way.
ま、一応部長なんですし、花は持たせてあげますよ。
Are you saying, Subaru, that you don't want the spotlight?
指揮官は明穂ちゃんしかいないと思う。
新ジャンル空回りっこ指揮官ありだな。
Clueless Commander-in-Chief? What, Frau?
よろしく頼むよ、部長。
じゃあエンジン組もう。
Akio loves getting physical like this. What's wrong with that? Despite usually being annoyed by your antics, not a single one of us disobeys.
絶対に勝とうね。夢と勇気と友情パワーで。
I honestly love this CG. It's like everyone has their mouth open, although Frau doesn't nearly have her mouth as wide as open as everyone else does. she just looks kind of like dazed. It's like everyone else looks like they're like yelling a war cry. I love this CG.
じゃあみんな一緒に中種ロボ部元気一発ヨイラーイキ
Come on, guys, all together.
ヨイラーイキ
There we go. Well, that was a wee bit embarrassing. But oddly enough, I think it helped all of us feel like we could do this. Well, that was a nice way to end that meeting. People on the island, thank you so much. You made it thanks to your hard work. We were able to keep going because you were there. Despite its bad shape and poor functionality, Super Gunbuild 1 is looking cool. Super Metal 1-kun is such a cool looking guy. You mean cute rather than cool, SMH? The model it was based off was good because Gogori Minami poured her soul into it. In other words, my mom! I feel really bad for Frau. With her mom. It's like, we will get justice for your mom, Frau. We will win this fight. Storm and surge, blast of spirit, Gundarel! It's awfully windy. By the time I get back to the old airport, the sky has begun to brighten. I've got some time until Super Gun Build 1 deploys, so I will head out to the runway. I spin around in place and take a look up at the sky. Pretty soon, the morning sun will rise from the city side. I can't see the sun peeking out from the horizon. But the winter morning air is as fresh as ever. Maybe it's because of all that rain last night. Although it's a little chilly, breathing in the cool air calms my nerves. I place one hand on my hip and down a bottle of fruit sour melon. They don't sell these in Tokyo, so I was constantly drinking Skull over there. Akio was happy about it, but I was craving fruit sour melon the entire time I was over there. It's like, that's his choice of drink. I chugged the bottle, all the while thinking to myself that this is kind of like my own personal Last Supper. Only you're drinking something, not eating something. It's then that I catch Akio heading toward me from the hangar.
Kai!
Hi, Akio. What's up? She waves at me. Hi.
準備終わった？
もうちょっと。
そう。
At a loss for words. Silence. Two of us stare at the eastward sky in complete silence. Are we gonna get a little contemplative here? Akio starts to give signs that she wants to say something. But for whatever reason, she can't seem to put it into words. I actually had something I wanted to tell her, so I opt to go first.
アキちゃん、これ渡しとくよ。
I pulled out the controller for the electromagnetic wave irradiation device. I'm still having a tough time trying to say that word. But Akio doesn't take it from my hand.
これ押したら発作が起きちゃうよ。
That's right.
そうだね。そういう使い方をするつもり。
押せないよ。
It's like, I know how Akio feels. I do. But if push comes to shove, we'll more than likely need to use this to have the upper hand.
貝の発作がどれだけ苦しいかはうちが一番よく知ってるもん。
I can say this. Kaito can say the same exact thing to her.
だからこそアキちゃんに渡すんだ。アキちゃんだからこそこうして託すんだよ。
I face her and look directly into her eyes. It's like, look at me. Akio, look at me.
アキちゃん、目をそらすな。
That's funny that I just told her, look at me, when she's not actually looking at him.
カイ。
俺が押せって言ったら絶対にためらっちゃダメだからね。
でも
It's like, no demos. No demos.
約束して。これはミサ姉に勝つために必要なことなんだ。アキちゃんは言ったじゃないか。ミサ姉を倒してって。俺はその約束を守る。だからアキちゃんもここで俺と約束してくれ。
And we all know he doesn't break a promise.
このボタンを押すことをためらわないって。
カイ。
It's like, don't you be crying now, Akiho. Don't give me that. It's like, you know how I feel about you crying, so don't do it.
約束してよ。頼むからさ。でないと安心してあのロボに乗れないよ。
今までうちのこと散々信用してないって言ってたくせに。
That's different now.
だから今日初めてアキちゃんを信じる。
Akio silently takes the controller.
ありがとう。
ねえ、カイ。無理だけはしないでね。パイロットをカイにお願いしたのはうちだから、こんなこと言う資格はないのかもしれないけど。
But what?
もしカイが怪我したらって思うと、怪我だけじゃない。もしも
You won't be able to go on without Kaito? Is that it, Akiho? I get it. I know I could die. It's like that would break Akio just as much as, you know, Misane dying. I can't bank on Misane taking it easy on me. The battlefield we're about to head into isn't a playground. That's for sure.
もしカイがいなくなったら、
Oh.
うち耐えられないから。
It's like, I know, Akiho.
決戦直前だっていうのに部長がそんな顔しててどうするの？
Her feelings toward Kaito are just as strong as her feelings towards Misane. So, it's like, while Misane is her sister, Kaito, since they've known each other for so long, I want to say has become like Akiho's, like, kind of quote-unquote boyfriend. I mean, while they've been together for so long, they've never really acted like boyfriend and girlfriend, but it's like, I don't know. I could see them together in that way because they've known each other for so long. And if she were to lose Kaito, that would just destroy her. It's like Kaito has been her, like, other half for most of her life. I mean, more so than Misane, since Misane has been out of the picture for a large chunk of of Akio's life. So, I mean, Kaito and Akio have been like this symbiotic coupling for so long. So, even though that they may not always be on the same wavelength, they are as one. At least that's how I see it. It's like, I want to see them together. It's like, out of all the girls in this game, I want to see Kaito and Akio get together the most. And seeing that this is basically Akio's route, I mean, with each ending, it's been an ending with each girl. And of course, the final one would be with Akio. Saving the best for last. So, it's like, I don't want to keep seeing Akio cry here, so I'm going to advance here. Akio rubs her eyes. It's like, please stop crying, Akio. I force out a bitter smile.
ねえ、アキちゃんさ。アメちゃんある？
Got some space candy for me, Akio?
え？
アメちゃん。
もう帰ったら。
Like, kind of a tender moment between them.
あるよ。一個だけなら。
Akio smiles and pulls out a space candy from her skirt pocket. Always has one on her.
ありがとう。後で返すよ。
I take it from her. And our fingers touch. Oh.
ああ、それと、勝利の女神の祝福ってことでさ。
So now Akio is the goddess of victory, is she?
キスしていい？
Oh. Well. Kaito asking for a kiss from Akio? This is a big deal here. It's like, come on, Akio, you know you want to, right? It's like, plant one on him.
アキちゃん？
あ、
Whoa, what's wrong?
うちでいいの？お姉ちゃんじゃなくて、うちで？
No.
アキちゃんじゃなきゃ嫌なんだけど。
It's always been you, Akio, not Misune. While fidgeting and facing down, Akio takes one step toward me.
じゃあ、特別。
It's like she's a little nervous. First kiss. Aww. Aww. Oh. Oh, my heart. This is so sweet. She looks up at me and closes her eyes. I can see that her lips are slightly trembling. She's totally nervous. That's adorable. Not that I can talk. My heart's pounding a mile a minute. I take Akio's hand, and our lips meet. Just a light touch. The moment our lips touch, I can feel her hand tremble. But then she squeezes mine in return. We look at each other.
メロンの味。
She says.
さっきフルーツサワーメロン飲んだから。
I was just thinking that.
カイ。うちね、ずっとカイのことが。
Yes?
それは戦いが終わってからにしよ
う。でもそうすると死亡フラグになっちゃうよ。
I'd say this is more of a romance flag. Death flag?
何それ。俺が負けるわけないでしょ。俺を誰だと思ってるわけ？世界ランク2位だよ。2位。
うん。だったら信じる。
And at that moment, the bright morning sunlight flashes across my eyes. The sun has risen, marking the beginning of the day of the final battle. The rain clouds from last night have vanished. Today's gonna be nice and sunny. There's no turning back. Everything ends today, for better or for worse.
カイ、お姉ちゃんのことよろしくね。
世界を救う戦いだと誰かが言った。
Okay. Back to the beginning of the game. That's what this is. Okay, well... Oh boy. I want to keep going, but I think this is a good place to stop. This is going to be interesting. Because I already kind of know what the beginning of the game was, even though that it was so long ago, you know, over a year ago. But it's been a journey. Everything has come full circle now. We're now back to the beginning of the game. So we'll see the beginning of the game next time. We'll save the world next time. So I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and claw that subscribe button to become part of the pack. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.